And I quote, "It is the greatest scam in history. I'm amazed, appalled, and highly offended by it. Global warming. It is a scam." But since that opinion doesn't fit nicely into the mouth of the media beast, hello NBC, you probably didn't hear a word about it. Well, now you will.
The debate on global warming is over.
Yeah. The debate is not over. I have a feeling it's just beginning. From
Man-made global warming is a hoax.
Fright?
I worry. My mom worries. The water might rise and it might flood the whole town.
We won't be able to survive for long.
Most worried will happen.
We'll all die.
Are there some people who say this isn't true?
Yes. Yes.
Might they be right?
No.
How do you know they're not right?
Well, because the earth is getting hotter.
Where do you learn this?
I saw the Al Gore video.
And another survey from a New York-based educational provider shows kids are now more scared of global warming than terrorism, cancer, and car crashes. The organization that took the survey said one of the main reasons was the media coverage of tragedies like the tsunami. The tsunami was caused by an earthquake. As far as I know, even Al Gore isn't claiming a link between global warming and earthquakes.
Isn't there a disagreement among scientists about whether the problem is real or not? Actually, not really.
They completely ignore the fact that there's this thing called the Oregon Petition that was signed by 19,000 professionals and scientists who don't agree with the idea that we are causing climate change.
There are many scientists speaking out, but the mainstream press is totally ignoring them.
Also reminds us that Gore isn't a scientist at all, but that doesn't seem to matter to Gore.
You've heard the reports. The globe is warming, and it's our fault, and the consequences will be terrible. But you should know there is another side to this story, and scientists who've tried to tell it are often threatened, which makes me say, give me a break.
I can't tell you how many calls I've received from parents saying their kids are now being shown an inconvenient truth completely unchallenged, not just in science class, but in art and math classes. Anyway, the bottom line is, no one's denying that the globe has warmed. It has, 0.74 degrees Celsius. But there's a disagreement on why. And there's even more disagreement on if it will be catastrophic or not.
I think that those people are in such a tiny, tiny minority now with their point of view. They're almost like the ones who still believe that the moon landing was staged in a movie lot in Arizona, and those who believe the earth is flat.
That's right. He's comparing people who don't buy his act to those who think the moon landing was faked. But why shouldn't we listen to Al Gore?
The real story on global warming is now clearer than ever before. You can control the language, and you control the debate. You control the debate, and you control the media. You control the media, and you win the war.
This is the Al Gore that he wants you to see. Dutifully flying commercial while touring the world on an altruistic crusade to save humanity from itself. He lectures the world about acting responsibly, but does he lead by example? Tonight, judge for yourself. The video you are about to see is a Hannity's America exclusive, shot just 2 weeks ago at the San Francisco airport. Now that is a G-2B aircraft, one of the most fuel-inefficient private jets on the market today. And that is the former vice president getting off that plane into a town car, by the way, not a hybrid. Now he tells us that the earth is in peril. He wants us to bicycle to work. But there he is, flying in style, putting more carbon emissions in the atmosphere than most people will emit in an entire month or even a year. Now how's that for a carbon footprint? Meanwhile, Gore and his Hollywood alarmist friends try to scare us into planting a tree or buying carbon credits. Sheryl Crow says we should use only 1 square of toilet paper, and her pal Lori David, who is also one of Gore's producers, says that the recent flooding in the Midwest is to blame on man-made global warming. Now, earlier this summer, Gore sponsored a series of worldwide concerts. This is what Al Gore and his merry band of Learjet liberals want you to do to support their cause. The book contains a list of, quote, 77 essential skills to stop climate change or live through it. On the list of many things they want you to do is number 14, green your home. Now, they suggest installing a composting toilet and air drying your laundry instead of using a dryer. We can only assume that they don't support having a zinc mine on your property. Number 35 instructs you to ride a bike, saying that if 1 million people replaced a 5-mile car trip once a week with a bike ride, we'd reduce CO2 emissions by 100,000 tons a year. Maybe they could just start with the Democrats on Capitol Hill. We haven't seen them biking to work, have you? The book also suggests taking a bath with someone else and building your new home out of straw. No, I'm not kidding. Remember, this book was published in conjunction with Al Gore's concert series. This is what he wants you to do to save the planet. Live in a straw house and bike to work. But Al Gore isn't biking to work now, is he? As you can see, Al Gore is flying in style. This video was shot on Sunday, August the 26th in San Francisco, California. But the flight originated in Nashville, Tennessee, and from there the vice president, his wife Tipper, who you can also see exiting the plane, flew to Camarillo Airport near Los Angeles, and from there on to San Francisco. Now that's approximately 5.5 hours of flying time, covering more than 2,100 miles in just one day. Now, flying in a private plane is bad enough, but this model or private jet is even worse than that. This plane was a 1977 Gulfstream G2B, we call it. Its twin engines are so loud that many airports won't even let it land at night.